Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. Trent's flying the flag for the team today. Toby's up at Rockhampton on duty with Tyzone ahead of the Archer. Exciting weekend of racing, mate. We've got the Gold Coast Cup here on the home track and the inaugural running of the Archer.
Yeah, it's great to be a part of the Archer, obviously thanks to Tom Headley and his headline horse in Tyzone. If he is probably not to perform up to standard, or give a good account of himself, it might be his last run, so it's a little bit bittersweet, but we've done everything we can to have him there in tip-top shape, and a couple of his pieces of work since his last run look like the Tyzone of old, so hopefully he can wind the clock back. Okay,
well that's encouraging, and then yeah, hopefully it's not the end for the little fella, the little champ.
Yep.
Okay, well let's get straight into the action. Lots of focus around the Gold Coast Cup meeting. You've got a couple of big guns stepping out. There's been a bit of rain overnight, 10 mils I believe, so track's come up a soft 7. So I guess as far as these feature race runners are concerned, you're probably hoping for to be as dry as possible.
Yeah, that's right. With Mimi and Alpine Edge, pretty well noted. We took her to Sydney on a bog and she didn't display the turn of foot that she has. She's probably more of a dry tracker. A little bit of sting out's fine, but not bottomless. And he the same. The other day in the Mick Dittman, I thought was afforded a great run in transit. He suffered a minor abrasion on his foreleg and tossed a plate in the run, but he still didn't let rip, and yet again, heavy track that day did dull his turn of foot, and it was a disappointing result. So if more rain falls, then I think we'd be saving them for another day.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed. Well, I guess it's just be on weather watch. But in the opener, Smooth Move opens proceedings in the benchmark 78 handicap over the 1400. Mr. Noel Callow aboard from Barrier 9, and he was third when resuming on the heavy here 3 weeks ago. And you think better suited here, second up, 1400?
Yep, for sure. Rail back in the true as well, or back in, I should say, as you can probably see behind us. Wet track, no concern whatsoever. He's an easy rocking, they swim, and he's no different. Step up to 1400, perfect. He won't come out of Barrier 9, providing there's no scratchings. I think he comes out of about 6, so that'll be fine. He's one that improves with the run, so the way he performed the other day I thought was great. I think if we stuck to the inside, he probably nearly wins. Tried to come outside and give him room, and just had to navigate a path through. As I said, 1400, back in grade from open company to benchmark 78 is perfect. You need to just cuddle him a little bit early. If you try and push him up on speed or ride him close, he doesn't finish off. But if you give him a chance to just breathe, relax, chill, get into a good rhythm, find his feet, stick in the right hand, Callow, the king, I reckon he's a really good chance on what's going to be a bog track by this time tomorrow. Okay,
I like a bit of confidence early because he's each way value around, I think, $21 with Unibet. So.
Yeah, no, I've got a lot of confidence that he's heading in the right direction, and I just think that Callow suits, step up a furlong in journey suits, second up's perfect, and he's hopefully going to look to get our day kick-started off really well. Yeah,
well, that'd be nice, and good luck to the Archer Park team there with Smooth Move. Osmonov, one of your favourites, he looks to go back-to-back in the Bat Out of Hell, the flyer over the 900, and he worked on the course proper here on Tuesday, chasing Smart and Sexy, and pretty good record this track and trip. 8 starts, 4 wins and 3 seconds.
Yeah, one of those seconds was to Zoo Style last year or the year before, and ran second the other day behind the favourite in this race, Remlat's Gem or whatever it's called.
Yep.
Weight turnaround's perfect for him. I know it's only 900 metres, but I think he was giving that winner last start about 4.5 kilos, so that's fine. And he tossed a plate in the run as well, so looked like he was really going to let rip, and that may have just hampered him a bit. I honestly think he's a really good chance to turn the tables. There's a stack of tempo in this race, as you could probably imagine. Bat Out of Hell, there's always going to be. But he's drawn a good barrier. Bang him out, put him on speed. If anything's leading him, they're going bloody quick, and hopefully we can replicate last year. Just come from just off them, bang down the middle, and get the job done. I made an inquiry with Ian Brown late last week about what the prize is this year. still haven't heard back. We got the MG vehicle
that's
last
right.
year.
Yeah.
So looking to go back to back. I don't think that's been done often either. I reckon Jimmy Jarvis's horse Plateau Gold might have been maybe the only one to do it, to be fair.
If anyone's going to know, it's this bloke because the encyclopedic knowledge is pretty good on the racing front. So
yeah, so it'd be if he could win, it'd be a special effort. You know, he's been around a long time now, and he's not getting any younger. But he's been super honest and won a couple of stakes races. So he is one of the stable favourites, admittedly, and track conditions will suit. He goes on anything, it'd be rock hard. He's won stakes race at Eagle Farm. He's won on the heavy here. Doesn't really matter. So quite versatile. And I just think that pulling the weights with the favourite should be enough to bring him back to us and change the length result from last time.
Okay, well, fingers crossed there. Good luck to the Osmonov team, owners involved there. All right, Group 3 Gold Coast Guineas. We've already touched on them. Alpine Edge and Mimi Lagarde. Obviously, as you said, they don't want it wet. You may even scratch if depending on how the track comes up. But I guess let's just touch on how they're travelling. We've seen their last runs. They were both on the wet track there. So we just drawing a line through those effectively. They're going well.
Yeah, they are. I think it's a forget. When we took her to Sydney, she travelled on the winner's back. James McDonald rode her on that occasion. It put like 6 lengths on her really quick, which I was dumbfounded about. But he came back and just reported, forget it. Nice filly, whatnot. She just never got through the heavy at all, which was disappointing to take her all the way down there to find that out. But anyway, we move on.
Live and learn.
Yes. Alpine Edge, sort of similar thing. He may have been a little bit ring rusty the other day, but I think we put it down to track conditions more than likely, as I just mentioned previously. He's got a good sharp turn of acceleration when you look for him, and it just wasn't there the other day on that heavy track. I thought Brad Stewart probably outrode them a little bit as well. He got to the front on Rubicutus, and for a sharp sprint race, there wasn't a great deal of tempo, which we thought it was going to be on. And he jogged him and then sprinted away and held on, and hard to make ground. You'll note that Ingratiating, which was the favourite from memory, was finished third in the Manikato Stakes, finished behind him. So I'm tempted to just forget about it. And then you've got to factor in the heavy track here too. It's going to be heavy, and I've got no doubt. So we might even be, it's moot point talking about them, to be fair, but they're both in good order. And if we scratch, we'll just have to line them up elsewhere. There's a stack of races. So
just other races over the carnival in the next week or two.
There's a heap, but we sort of, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place because the end goal is obviously, hopefully, a Stradbroke for the both of them. And it's sort of getting to the pointy end now where they need to probably earn a bit of prize money or get their rating up to get into the field. So we're running out of time, but there's a stack of races. If we don't make it this year, it might be next year.
Okay, well, fingers crossed they do get to run on the weekend, but obviously it'll all depend on scratchings and whatnot on the day.
Heavy tracks and
heavy track, yeah. Okay, let's turn our attention to Rockhampton. Tyzone lines up in the Archer. You said a couple of pieces of work, sort of get you feeling that he's the Tyzone of old, and he's come up at any old price. So pretty good. If he is the Tyzone of old, he'd be pretty good value.
Yeah, you're right. I suppose he hasn't won since he won the Stradbroke nearly 2 years ago. And I guess, as everyone knows, when that happens, you win a Group 1, your rating goes. So only a little horse, and he's been carrying massive weight. Back to weight for age. While typically probably not a weight for age horse, I think it suits him sort of coming back from carrying 61 in the Opens to 59. Rockhampton track should by right suit him. He's drawn a little wide, that doesn't really matter. He'd be second half of the field, and he loves getting sort of clear galloping room. So that's tick, tick, all good. Just needs a good ride, good speed, a little bit of cover early, and he'll be hitting the line. I think he's more than likely an each way chance. We can't be too bullish about him going there and smacking him or anything because it's a darn good field. But if he could sneak a hole in that race, I'd be stoked, and he'd be on a float back down here and try and sneak him into the Stradbroke again.
Okay, oh, that'd be exciting. So, well, good luck to Mr. Headley there, and Tobe, all the best up there at Rockhampton. And he's not the only runner, because you've got Smart and Sexy lining up in the Open over the 1300. And what's the verdict with her? Her first 2 runs on paper don't look, the Smart and Sexy of old, but obviously she worked on the course proper here, and then you've elected to send her up there. So where's she at in her?
Basically looking for a dry track as well. stepping up in journey's perfect. What she needs to do is actually begin out of the gates properly. She always misses the kick by 2-3 lengths, whatever, and just gives away a monumental start. And first up over the 1100 here was never going to suit. It was going to be too short for her. She missed the kick hopelessly in uncompetitive spot. Second up, same type of thing. Just got back and run on okay, but I would suspect that she'll improve tomorrow. Nice big track, dry track. It just needs to get out of the barriers clean, whether or not that's a barrier man issue or something, get a guy up on her head and someone holding her tail so she's not dancing around and stuffing about. But if she can do that, then she settles a couple of lengths closer in the run and then she can let rip. You wouldn't want to be giving away the 8, 9, 10 length start like she has been because she couldn't win. So you know your fate within the first sort of 100 metres. If she can take closer order in the run, maybe get a bit of cover 3 wide line because she's drawn horrible, that'd be fine. And then let rip down the middle of the track.
I think big straight.
Yeah, I think going to 1400s certainly ideal for her at this point in time. So each way chance without being too bullish, but step up in trip and a dry track certainly assists.
Okay, well, hopefully she can bounce back to the form we know she's the ability she has. So good luck to the Archer Park team there with her. Ipswich Saturday, that caps a big day of racing for the team, and exciting for connections here. The Vows set for his debut in the cutest plate for the boys over the 1110.
Yep.
Races in the On Fire racing colours, and this guy you bought from the Magic Millions January sale, better than Reddy out of Marisa, and he won his trial heading into this.
Yeah, it's first runner for the On Fire Racing, the Kirsten brothers from Darwin. Love a good time and great bunch of guys. So, thrilled to get a result for them first go. Would have loved to have taken him to the Sunshine Coast last week. There was a 1200 metre maiden, that would have been perfect. But he's sort of getting to the point. He's been in work a stack of time now. He's been in work a very long time and he needs to run. So a bit dubious on, say, a bog track out there as well. But at this stage, we'll be going around and just getting a good guide on him. If he happened to blouse him, that's great. I just feel that I'm not going to see the best of him till he sort of gets out in journey, let's say 1350, 1400, and then we'll see the best of him. So just want to have a look at him tomorrow. I think it's important that Andrew bangs him out the barriers and makes him get up and race into the bridle because prior to his last trial, he's been extremely laid back and you can't ever do enough work with him. He's so relaxed and chilled. And
yeah, right.
You don't get a great deal out of his track work. So blinkers on first start, that generally tells you something. And, hopefully if he could run a place tomorrow, I'd be stoked. We go further and he'd be competitive at his second outing.
Okay, so does that come from the mum's side? Because you'd think better than Reddy, short course, obviously he's a 2-year-old having his first start, so he is early running, but he's pretty laid-back customer. Well,
yeah, he is, and by all reports, Richard Foster, who bred him and stayed in him, reported pretty similar about his mother. She was a bit of a laid-back customer and raced well in headgear as well, so seeing pretty much similar from him, and he's a bit different to some of the other better than Reddys that we've had. He's a little bit leggier. Looks to me as though he's probably going to get that 14 to a mile in time.
Bit further, okay.
Yep.
Well, exciting times for everyone ahead of his debut, so good luck to the On Fire Racing team and also Mr. Foster as well. So, all right, well, that leaves us to Louisiana Star, who kicks off her prep in the girls' version of the Cutest Maiden Plate. Just had the one run last prep and she's had 2 trials leading into this. What are you expecting here?
I'd say at this stage probably just an each-way chance. She failed badly on debut at Doomben, but she didn't handle it well, and it was a Saturday grade race. She didn't handle herself well whatsoever. She was in a real tiz, carried on deluxe, rearing up in the mounting yard and whatnot, and then wanted to charge through the bridle, which was not quite common for her because we hadn't seen any of that at home or in her trials. She'd been taking a stack of riding, and I think she was just over the top, so forget it, move on. She had a big spell, drawn kindly enough, so if she can just be ridden a touch easier early and then chime in late, I think that'll hold her in good stead for further down the track. But whatever she does tomorrow, definite improver. I'd just like to see her running on, hitting the line hard, and then we get a bit of confidence at her next start when she's had one under her belt. So probably both those guys at Ipswich need the run tomorrow.
Okay. Fair enough. Good little insight there on both. Good luck to connections with Louisiana Star. And, mate, that's the 8 runners. I think I know where you're going with the best bet, but
yeah.
you better
where
say
am I
it
going
anyway.
then?
I think you're going to go Osmonov.
Probably one of the two here. They're both sort of, I think, good value, particularly Smooth Move. I think he's a really good each way chance. So put a gun to my head, either of the two at the Gold Coast. Each way Smooth Move at the price, Osmonov for the win.
Nice one. A bit of value there with both, really.
Multi them up all day.
Yep, well, there you go. Another little multi. All right, well, exciting weekend for the team, so good luck to everyone involved.
And Vanna Girl selling tonight, chairman's sale.
There you go.
Big thrill. Get a bit emotional thinking about it, actually. So, sad time, but good time. Hopefully she makes a stack and I can put a new patio in out the back of my house. Cheers.
Very good.